Hello and welcome back. Today we're playing Victoria 3, featuring the motorcycles outside. We are playing as Syria. Last episode, the motorcycles were really loud outside our window. We had a revolution, or there was a revolution in Brazil. We sided with the revolution, which freed them up into a new market, so we're going to be looking to get them in this episode. And we noticed the most cursed of America I've ever seen. We have the United States of America. We have America, which is ostensibly just one state that's not a United States, but the single state of America. We have the Confederate States of America, right nestled in between New Africa. That's awkward. And then United States of America also has the worst border guard possible with Florida, DC, whatever state this is, and Maine. So this is the most cursed America I've ever seen, and it looks like Mexico got all of Tejas? What? This is truly the most cursed timeline for America. And also, we have been trying to ramp up the construction quite a bit. Man, it's just like a convoy of these motorcyclists. To that end, we've been building quite a lot of glass. We'll stick some more glass in the queue to try and make this work. Some more rails as well. And we have been, upping a lot of infrastructure, or sorry, not infrastructure, other stuff as well. Oh, another big thing happened last episode too with we finally got adjacency to Great Qing, or maybe that was the episode before, I forget, in terms of snaking our market over to Great Qing, which is a huge deal, because what it means is we get zero convoy cost, because Cochrane is inside of our customs union. We have zero convoy cost for all of our trade with Great Qing, so we can just export everything to them. We also have a trade agreement with them, so we just escort everything. Also, I noticed, look, the mistletoe where the two treaty ports kiss, which is very cute little treaty port positioning there. But yeah, we're deficit spending, but who cares, because we're a great power now, so it's super cheap to deficit spend. This is from 2 episodes ago where we clapped Prussia for a little bit of recognition. And so, yeah, we're just cruising right along. I think we do not have a war declared. I forget what war we wanted to do. I think we wanted to do something against France, because France can't fight back right now. So we could just conquer Algiers pretty comfortably, except that's just a ton of infamy for really not too much. We're going to declare neutrality here. We got offered an obligation, but Bhutan is useless or worthless. We do want to expand, I think, a little bit the sulfur. To try and make the boom booms more profitable. Cryptic letter, perhaps the unis can help. We'll do that. Politician dies. We don't need to know who died here. Oh, the marginalized devout guy died. Also, everything is starting to come up real nice in terms of our interest groups. We have the trio happy with us, except for the Intelligentsia just got unhappy with us. But we have, we're getting both the bonuses from powerful trade unionists, both the bonuses from powerful industrialists, and just one of the bonuses from them. We are holding off switching to proportional taxation. Now we make way more on proportional taxation, but per capita taxation will keep these guys in power longer. It'll also give a larger share of the pie for doing the investment pool. So I'm hoping that we can just, still extract a lot of money. We just have to use it for construction. And I think I'm really tempted here to just go ahead of time in tech and go malaria prevention to try and get into the Congo a little bit better. Our population's maybe not too high for that to matter, actually, but I want to do it. It's probably not as good as I would like it to be, but we could maybe do rotary valve engine. Steel railway cars would also be, well, let's do steel railway cars, actually. I like this tech, especially because we've already been on wooden passenger trains, so this will just be way better. These are fully employed, so we're going to do that. Ooh, we have open hearth process finished. So we're going to do that. Just in this one. And this means we mainly just need glass to keep upgrading some of these things. to steel frame. Looks like this isn't going to cause a problem. And we'll actually, after doing all this, we'll upgrade all of the... Yeah, we're going to swap all these over now. And then we will switch everything over. I think we expanded the shipyards quite a bit. Now we will make the switch to steamships. We will do military shipbuilding with the steamships. Alongside that, we are going to swap the ports over to industrial ports. We are going to... Alright, Zululand has a couple of these, so we'll swap this over to an industrial port, and then we'll decrease the level by several. And then we'll swap everything over to industrial ports, which is going to be expensive at first. And then we'll swap over to ironclads as well. Making moves up in here. And look at all that extra construction that we got to use on something. I think we wanted to 51 this boyo. So this is 39, 41, 51. We'll add some infrastructure to support that. 51ing the tools. I think we'll add some of this action. Considering there looks like they can employ it pretty well there. And we got to fill out this queue. We are decaying some infamy, so we're pretty okay right now, not necessarily having to declare war, but we kind of do want to declare war. We could just annex Sambas. This seems fine. Great Britain might join against us. This would kind of suck, I think. Actually, let's see. How big is our military? We're starting to reach the point where we actually want to check our military and see how it, you know, lines up. It's pretty close to Great Britain's. So maybe we can just get a cheeky annex off on Sambas here. We can also look to puppet Sulu. I think I prefer puppet Sulu then. We could definitely clap the... Oh, we don't want Shing to join against us. So... much prefer conquering Sambas then. A little awkward. We could like vassalize... No, we can't because we don't have an interest in this region. I think you are like a British subject or something. It's Spanish, same difference. This one's a little wild to me. Western Australia broke free. Oh, looks like we're getting cut off in the Congo here. Let's see if we can get through there. Probably not. It's probably a lost cause, but it will give us more fronts with Russia in case we want to fight him later. Also, maybe we get a native uprising, which would be nice. I don't think... Well, we could just transfer them. That's so much. We could just lib them, though. Force France to liberate. Oh, we were thinking of puppeting some of these guys. Okay, so this is probably fine. You could puppet New Africa and give us a little bit of an ingress in here, or we can puppet the Confederacy. I guess we actually just want to take a look and see which has better provinces, right? Alabama's pretty chalked up. It's probably the Confederacy, actually. Do they not have slavery? Wait a second. The no slavery Confederacy, alright. Oh, Great Britain probably sides with them? But Great Britain doesn't side probably with them? Okay, I guess we'll puppet these guys instead. I think we could eat 15 infamy, right? Yeah, we can. expecting them to likely just back down. If not, that's okay. We also are... These are coming on up, so we've probably actually got more diplomatic interests we can declare. Yeah. We'll declare there. Because we want to be able to import and export there. Did someone join you? No. We're likely to just back down there. Johor Ben is Aish. And look, that is 100k. That is a fast drain. So we will not build any more construction. We will just try and build into what we currently have. Which is going to involve... It's so profitable. Look at all that. Oh, banger. Banger, banger. Currently need migration to solve, like, a lot of these, like, glassworks not having enough. And porcelain's expensive too. Man, this is so nice. I think we try and 51 this here as well. So this 41, 51, and we'll keep going auto expand, I guess. And this will be to solve the infrastructure problem. Radical Kalimantan. It's a little awkward. New Africa backs down, they become our puppet. Pretty cheap. I guess annexing one of these boys would be decent. Banjar got negative relations, they do, so we're gonna annex them. And we'll just send this over. Just in case it pops off. This will pop off, because revolutions always do. He gets the Civil War Native Uprising bonus. A little ridiculous, but whatever. We do want to take this back. This actually is Syrian land in terms of we zoom in population. Oh, not anymore. I guess now it's Irish land. That's wild. So wait, if we look at cultures, will it say Irish there? Oh my god, it does say Irish there. It used to be Syrian land. I guess we'll just have to just take it for the border gore. Banjar backs down. Cool. Coolio. And of course they gift us a whole bunch of ports that we would really rather not have. I guess we kind of need the infrastructure, so this is fine, but didn't ask for these ports. Dye plantations are nice, though. Are we finally... Do we finally get the boom booms cheap? Let's check our market. Boom booms are finally cheap. Alright, we're turning them on everywhere. I'll swap you all over to open hearth. Turning on all the... Oop, forgot to turn these on. My bad. Definitely want that, and then we will turn on the boom booms everywhere. Boom goes the dynamite. Boom goes the dynamite. Let's go, baby. Finally got them all on. Let's see the infrastructure problems or lack thereof. Looks like we're okay. I think this is incorporated, so we can put an industry here that we are struggling with. Boom booms are expensive again. Lead is expensive. Glass is expensive. We have glass stuff we're trying to flesh out, though. Lead will auto-expand a little bit. We'll just check in here. Glass is doing fine, so let's expand the lead manually in a couple places. Our investment pool is growing now. Jeez. Because we made all the construction goods cheap. That's wild. Okay, so we need to add more construction. That should be enough to make us lose money again. is this? Ah, this presents an interesting possibility here. I think we can fight Great Britain. They have 845 and 1500, and we have 510. Yikes! Thought we were in the 800s. And a much weaker flotilla army. I guess we can't fight them. We'll just up the unis, try and increase the research speed. We're starting to get behind in tech. See, this would be nice for us to get Trugal states as independence. But we're not close enough here. Steam-powered thresher is nice and profitable. Labor-saving PM. It's just that, like the perfect crime, right? 840. No, we have a battalion. We have 880. So I think we're gonna do this. And then I'll also expand the military mid play. We'll put this at the back of the queue. Actually, it should probably go in the front. Man. We'll just do something like that. Stamp out monarchism complete already? What the hell? Alright, we'll put the past behind us. Looks like we will need more government admin, so we're looking for places that do not have a lot of stuff. We can't find them, so we will expand these 3 steps. I think we will put everything on auto expand in the capital. They're not backing down. 56. We do have a stronger alliance, but maybe we could get something done in terms of raiding. Convoys. Well, unless Great Britain's not even going to make the attempt here. Is Great Britain not going to put any troops here? They'll just... Oh, I guess they could land them. That's true. We just take turns landing. That'll be an interesting interaction. Oop, our obligation we owed to Persia expired. Nice. Can we protectorate them? No, not really. We got him. We got him, guys. I mean, I think we are just going to end up enforcing on him here. With the way this is going. I think we can build some government admins here as well. Put them in the back. Just instantly occupied with the radicals. And they're gonna decay pretty fast here. -2 because the controlled war goals. And I'm hoping we will be able to renew a good relationship with Great Britain and then also incorporate trucial states and stuff. I think we will not have a truce with them, so I think we can just puppet them straight away. If I'm not mistaken. Which will be nice. Austria takes the Bahrain's debt. Hopefully they're not trying to sneak away our guy. I don't think we want to use these PMs. Just checking. Okay, we have obligations in a few spots. So Kalat we cannot invite to the customs union because we do not have enough diplomacy. So, Quasmid state. I guess we'll stop damaging relations with them and then see what we can do regarding customs unions. We will pull Kalat in, and then I think we stop bankrolling them, which will free up some Diplo. If we pull you in, we can pull the Sikhs in and then stop bankrolling them. Don't have an obligation yet from you. Don't have an obligation yet from you. Don't have an obligation yet from you. And don't have an obligation yet from you. But getting the Sikhs in is going to be a pretty big deal because they have quite a large population that we're going to be able to siphon off now. So this will be quite nice for making all of our manufacturing cheap. Which we got to take a look at some stuff and try and 51 some things. So let's 51 the tools here. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We'll add a bunch more there. Boom booms. Yeah, looks like we're going to enforce pretty comfortably here. So this was a nice little spot with the revolution for us to just join in and then turn around and we'll be able to puppet them immediately if I'm not mistaken. Oman is in the market, but we don't have them currently. We cannot protect them, largely because they're defending the borders. So if they come off of that, we can. I don't think them just being in the market is good enough for the nation formation, if I'm not mistaken. Convoys are getting sunk. There's one negative thing about this whole Great Britain situation. It's getting convoys sunk. Gonna be a little bit uncomfortable. Let's see what's expensive in our market and if we can solve it. Steamers. Clippers. What's using clippers? It must be our subjects. Still kind of like steel and glass. I think we can upgrade you quite a bit. Although you're not fully employed. Let's take a look at infrastructure. And fix you up. I do think... Are you fully employed? No, you're not. You're having trouble. We can +5 you, because you're actually employing. And we can +10 here, because they're actually employing. And we'll add a little bit for that, and we'll add a little bit for the other guy stuff. France is importing clothes. We get an obligation from Bulgaria. That's fantastic. Let's try and get them into customs union. Can't do that yet, so we're going to absolve it to make them friendly instead. Really want the Iraqi one. I love that this is Irish now. Let's see what else we can do here. We want to 51 some things if we can. Ooh, 51ing this would be nice. Let's +10 it. Add a couple rails. We want regulatory bodies. There's a movement for it. I think we are trying to avoid pissing off the Industrialists for a hot minute. Yeah, this would take them down to 10, so we could pass that. We also can just wait for the event that encourages us to do something like that, so that's probably fine. Could also try and move in this direction. Don't think that's worth it at this point. We are now adjacent to America in terms of pulling them into a customs union goes. We do not have 150 Diplo to maintain that relationship, unfortunately. Uruguay, we just need the obligation. A little expensive, though, for what we're getting. I guess maybe we try and annex Chile, so let's damage relations with them. Happy for them to get a bunch of extra people coming in because they will work here. We are having a problem with the glass, so, and the boom booms. We have a bunch in the queue though. We can add a bunch here as well. I think I'll stop that. Russia takes on Iraq's debt. Damn, that's unfortunate. We would have much rather taken on their debt ourselves. Didn't realize that was on the table. Shrapnel artillery. I think even though we're currently fighting Great Britain, the swapping over right now is fine. And while we're at it, we might as well make this swap. Great Britain's just gonna, they're just gonna capitulate pretty soon here. What is this? Transvaali. I guess we kind of dropped the ball there. We can colonize here though, so that's nice. And are we getting cut off over here? It looks like it. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Steel railway cars coming in is nice though. We can go rotary valve engine, or we could try and push the malaria attack. Looks like we are... this is spreading to us naturally. We could go human rights into feminism, into malaria prevention. This seems like a fine idea. We can swap this over to steel, which will cost not a lot of steel actually, just 315. And it'll make a whole bunch more transportation. Let's see if we can. We want to make sure that the railroads are on everything, and the tanker cars we will like. Little labor-saving action. And let's take a look. Don't need rails at any of these places. Ooh, Azertum does. Trade agreement with Brazil we will accept, because that probably means they're kind of keen on getting the customs union. Kind of don't want to owe them an obligation though, so we could just wait. They are keen on getting a customs union though. Cockend. Were we going to try and protectorate them? I think we don't care. So we're going to do that. Get a little bit more Diplo. I think we're going to turn on the auto expansion on this textile mill back on. And then increase that by 5 and this by a further 5 and add some rails. How are we doing? We're draining that pool. Good, good. So who can we afford to make angry? Damn, we're getting both of their bonuses. I think we can just take the authority hit. Don't want to make either of them unhappy when we're getting both of their bonuses. We get an obligation from Iraq. I don't think we can get them in the customs union now, but we can absolve the obligation. They'll take us to friendly, and likely they're likely to come out of being cautious. We released you, bro. Iraq wants a trade agreement. Hell yeah, brother. Will you take a free customs union? No, you're so close though. War goals get enforced on Great Britain. We do not have a truce with trucial states, so we can just take them. And now we get access to the Unify Arabia CB, which is nice. It will, I think, just annex all the states, so we could either annex them or just puppet them. I think I want to puppet them to take less infamy. We have quite a bit of infamy, but we will just puppet them. So we'll do that. Expecting them to back down. But we will just put this guy over here just in case. Oh, we don't have a front with them? That's kind of interesting. Okay, fair enough. Bahrain does, but Bahrain's not joining, I guess. They are likely to back down anyway. And we need Oman. We can't change them to our customs union. Oh, they're in our customs union, but they're bugged. Got it. And we've been trying to defend the borders. Why don't we start... We could start damaging relations. Prussia sides with the trucial states. I don't know how well that's going to work for them. Prussia declares a rivalry. Fair enough. I mean, we could actually look to clap Prussia here. We just get war reps from Prussia. Let's see what Russia wants. Offer humiliation on Prussia. And then we can get war reps from Prussia, I think. Yeah, we get humiliation. Now we will mobilize everyone. And move them all over here, except for Yusuf. Can we demand anything else from Prussia that we would want? Transfer subjects, maybe. That's an expensive transfer, though. We could just liberate some of the subjects. No, we can't liberate subjects because we don't have an interest in the region, but we can declare an interest in the region. So we can declare an interest in Scandia over here and here. And then see what we can do. I don't know if they'll get there in time, but we can also ban slavery in trucial states. Yeah, really not liking that we might get cut off. I mean, we have through Iran, which is nice. I think it's like perfectly balanced. This is unfortunate. Oh no, wait, we can take a hit with the Industrialists. We would like to decrease taxes a little bit too. And we get our interest activated, so now we can liberate some of these countries. And we can liberate or liberate subject. We can liberate Scandinavia, I think is good. I don't know how interested I am in kneecapping Prussia entirely, because we might need Prussia to fight Austria and Russia. So I guess we'll just open their market too. And this will be a bit of a banger of a war. We are trying to protect our Uruguay. Actually, if they're within 30, you can offer them an obligation to do it. Iraq, we need an obligation. Bulgaria, we don't have an obligation. And we're hurting relations with these guys. Okay. Yusuf will invade here. We get African colonies. Oh, I guess that's because we finished this. That's kind of funny. Interesting. Ooh, we have a whole bunch of construction in the queue. Or not in the queue, rather, which is far, far worse. So, let's take a look here. I think we can set this to auto-expand and start pushing this up a little bit. This is... You're having a hard time... Ooh, you need sugar. You need the sugar. Well, we can import it from Xing in Russia. Actually, who else was on there? We can do a large volume of trade with Iraq just to make sure. Let's export a bunch of finished goods to them, actually. Which, I mean, we're not going to look too closely which ones are profitable. Tools you probably need? Yeah. Because I forgot to just set up a whole bunch of trade with them so that they would, also get like cooperative and stuff. They're almost willing to accept the customs union straight up. If we increase the volume of the trade even more, they will. So let's see. They want coffee, ceramics, tea. Except it's not ceramics, it's porcelain. I always think it's ceramics. And they have cheap booze. Cheap stuff that we're sending them. Cheap engines, for whatever reason. Kind of cheap wine. They're not making enough engines to send them our way. Expensive fabric and expensive wood. No, we can't export fabric to them. Might be able to export wood? No. But how much? Oh, we're so close to just being able to raw dog it in. Oh, we got a front. Why didn't we have a front before? Okay, fair enough. Whatever. So they've decided to abandon this for that front. I think we just full occupy there anyways. And they're left holding the bag. They instantly teleport back. Cool. Cool game. Good obligation for New Granada. We're going to try and land the capital here. We're going to try with this guy who's our second biggest guy. New Granada. We have an obligation. They are friendly. I don't think we can pull them. Oh, we can pull them in. So use the customs union. We'll stop bankrolling. Because I don't think we're protectorating them. We're kind of close, actually, so we'll actually keep on keeping on with them. We can invite them to the customs union. We're waiting on an obligation. They accept the customs union, and we get one from Bulgaria, we can invite them to the customs union using an obligation. And of course, we want to build rails where we need them. And then let's start 51ing some stuff. Okay, so that's 41, 51. Do need the glass. 1, 2, 3. So that'll be poised to 51 later. We'll add a couple of these, but just 2. And then why don't we 51 your stuff? So it's 3. So 1, 2, 3. And add a few rails. Front. That'll be nice. Nice, nice, nice. Bulgaria joins the customs union. The customs union is starting to get pretty big here. We, of course, get to siphon off pops from them, which is why our population growth is not looking like this little flat line anymore, and why it's coming up. Because we're siphoning off from the people in our market, and our standard of living is really high as well. Which helps to bring them in. Let's double check what the infrastructure looks like down here. Yeah, we'll solve that one. Let's check it over here. It's perfect. None. No infrastructure problems. Now let's see what's expensive in the market. Some of the the stuff we want cheap is cheap. The boom booms are expensive though. Don't like the expensive boom booms. So we will try and export fertilizer. See, if the fertilizer is exported and gets more expensive, what happens is the boom boom makers get more profitable. We just can't export it. We would have to increase our consumption of fertilizers, which is basically 0 because we have very little grain output at all. We're importing our grain, so we put the Trucal States. Fantastic. One step closer to a unified Arabia. We're so close. We just have to do more trade with them. So can we import silk? Are they making silk? They are making silk. This might be enough. And can we import? Can we import the fine art? We can import the fine art, okay. And the fruit and paper and tobacco. Fruit, paper, tobacco. Fruit. Paper. Nope, can't import the paper. Tobacco. Can't import the tobacco. And then meat, tea, dyes. Okay. And then we're -2, so close. Just being able to do it. We'll take the prestige, I think. Ooh, yikes for them. Guess they will be owing us a lot of money here. Our investment pool is absolutely crushing. Look at this. It's growing by an amount that exceeds our tax. So this is what I was talking about with staying on per capita taxation for a while and letting our industrialists get super huge, which is keeping their clout above 20%, which is kind of where we want it anyways. At least while we're one to go on an absolute building rampage, I think this is a good idea. And that's kind of what we want to do. What are you running a shortage of? Boom booms. It's always the boom booms, man. We do have some in the queue. You are fully employed, so I mean we'll just +5 you. Actually, we'll +10 you. It is always the boom booms, though. Raising concerns, you're telling me. Alright, I do think... Alright, we're going to take the hit on the petite bourgeoisie. We're going to lose this bonus, which... Ouch. Maybe we should have thought that through a little bit more. We're now running a bureaucratic negative. Let's see if any place has insufficient tax capacity. No, we have traders that, a lot of traders that need convoys though. So we're gonna need to increase the shipyards. Problem is no one, can we export ironclads? No, we're just on regular steam shipbuilding. We can't really export these very well. So maybe we just need to use some more ironclads to make it profitable, to make the steamers kind of work, because they're not working. And you kind of always want the big navy, and then you don't get it. You can't ramp up the big navy very quickly. We're just gonna +5 that and float a bunch of excess bureaucracy. Yeah, these guys are gonna get enforced on pretty soon here. Easy clap. So we're gonna be making a ton of money after that happens. Look, what? We're at 14 mil on this investment pool. I mean, I guess there's only one thing to do. We're gonna put this at the back of the queue just so we can use control and shift, but we're gonna control, shift, 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 shift. And, you know, up 40 construction centers. And we're gonna, you know, we're gonna 41 that. Actually, we're gonna 51 it. We'll solve it later. Just trying to get stuff filled out. We're gonna see what's expensive in the market. Wow, luxury goods and silk. Wow. So I guess we can expand some of the silk stuff a bit. Alright, we're getting a good candidate, I guess. He's a social democrat, which is not as happy with us as the previous ideology. The petite bourgeoisie notably kicked out. Haven't seen the full hijab or whatever it's called. Compulsory primary school is a law we want to pass. Unfortunately, we'll miss... We'll make... Oh, nope, everyone loves it because our guys are reformers, so we're just going to pass that. Feminism time. Brazil wants to join. Mesh pipeline. Let's see how expensive this is. 1100 is a little expensive, but I think we'll just take this largely because we want them to be happier. This is how it starts, isn't it? And now that we have an adjacency here in terms of customs union, as soon as we will be able to protectorate New Granada here in a sec. Can we protectorate them coming up? We can if we get an obligation. That's wicked. We still need an obligation on them. Can we protectorate you if we had an obligation? No, we can't. Okay. Let's just do a quick run through of all these guys. Brazil, we have an obligation. How do we get one so fast? Oh, we just get uber lucky? They just ask to join and then we get one? Alright, we're going to protectorate them, assuming this doesn't kick us over 25, which it doesn't. And we get a protectorate in Brazil. Holy ham. That's real good. We'll, of course, start damaging relations, so we can annex them later. Yeah, we need more convoys. This is a bit unfortunate. Are you defending the borders now? What happened? Maybe they're mad at us because we did that. We did put a bunch of construction in the queue. We can add to some of this stuff. I'll need a little bit there. We never expanded the engines, so we'll expand a little bit there. Getting close to 1K construction. Good place to be. I think we can, yeah, holy hell, look at this. Look at this investment pool crank up, though. The transfer, yeah, is this plus this. This is like 900K. It's way more than our tax rate. So I think what we do is we just add 5 construction sector. We just add the construction sectors, man. Now they're not at the front of the queue, but I don't think that's a big deal. We are losing some money here. I think we can afford to decrease taxes. Or sorry, we're gaining some money here. E6K, maybe not. So this is the problem. We're getting so much investment pool, but we're not getting it's just in the investment pool, so it's not into the treasury. So doing stuff like lowering taxes is a little bit harder, but I think we want to go. Maybe we don't go for it quite yet, but soon. Land of plenty. So happy for the radicals to gain some momentum, but do we want this guy to gain a little bit more juice, popularity? I think so. Also, if he wins the election, he'll make a nice figurehead. I mean, leader. Urbanize Syria. Winds of change. I think we'll do this, which will help our migration a little bit. Radical Party crushes the Free Trade Party. So I'm guessing we take this boyo out. And this is the hyper-legitimate banger, which will increase loyalists, decrease radicals. And are the Intelligentsia? The Intelligentsia are now happy. Unfortunately, these guys aren't happy, but the Industrialists are really happy. So what we will do, we're already passing restricted child labor, but we might do regulatory bodies after this. And we're making some money, so we could decrease taxes a little bit. Popular playwright, I think. I'll take the prestige. Oil. And then I think I can afford to increase institutions. No, the petite bourgeoisie is oscillating right now. But we'll increase home affairs while they're where they're at. And then we will add a couple of government admins. In some places, they're not at the front of the queue, but it looks like we don't need them at the front of the queue. We are making money. The investment pool is growing. The taxes are low. The standard of living should crank up a little bit. And construction is up above 1K. Now we have to remember some of this is coming from the Prussia war reps. We do get film or whatever. So we'll swap this over. Photographic art. And we can look to try and 51 some of these things that are not quite there yet. We'll add one of those. Still got a bunch in the queue. We'll add 5 of these. Still not able to really employ all of them. Hopefully they get some migrants. Getting Brazil in to the market and then as a protectorate, really nice for that end. To that end. About that end. Bankrolling them. We're so close to getting you in the customs union. How close are we to protectorate of you? Not close at all. Why aren't we close at all? It's because we have a truce? Yeah, we have a truce. And you're defending the borders. Do they have to be in the... I'm not sure if they have to be in our customs union or if they have to be our subject for when we make Arabia. How does it look for changing to our customs union? The existing customs union is just a banger. And the real problem is they don't have any enemies. No one will want to... We have to get really strong to break up Austria. We'll take the prestige. We are now the largest GDP. This GDP line is like straight up vertical. Because we have so much construction. It's all about construction. And the construction is just like booming off. I guess we increase it some more. I don't know. I really like having stayed on just messing around with staying on per capita taxation to just absolutely crank the industrialists up. Let's see what's expensive in our market. Yeah, the boom booms are just having a hard time employing. But the silk we can solve. So I think we have a few places that can produce silk. One of them is the capital. We have Aleppo, Syria, and Palestine. So we'll take a look at Syria and Palestine and see if they have anything they're focusing on. So nothing, no focus here really. So we're just going to delete this livestock village. And we're just going to plop down 10 silk plantations and put them on auto expand to try and solve the little silk problem. Romanian migration to Aleppo, very nice. And we're hemorrhaging money because we're building stuff that's not supported by the transfer, but that's fine. Just a huge investment pool as well. Let's look at what goods are expensive for our people and try and make them cheaper. We're paying a lot extra for clothes. Now we're exporting clothes and furniture and all this stuff to like everywhere else. So this is one of the reasons it's really expensive, but I think a couple of these places we've incorporated, like Cordoba, we can try and dramatically expand the amount of clothes they got. And then for the same for the furniture. We're just gonna 51 him actually. What was this 43, 48, and then we're gonna add a couple more rails. And this is oh my god, I'm so consumed by all this economics that I've been forgetting to declare wars. Luckily, I think that we have some infamy, so we're just decaying it, and this is kind of fine. Losing a ton of money, but this is fine. This is all okay. It's all part of the plan. All part of the plan. Super righteous. Righteous. And the Free Trade Party is holding on to their clout. I think a big part because these guys are so rich. This is nice. The three are powerful that we want powerful. The petite bourgeoisie hasn't become marginalized. We don't want them to become marginalized. I guess we will need some more government administrations soon. We get compulsory primary schools. just add a smattering of these things. And we will increase the institution for schooling. We have a bunch in the queue, so this should be fine. And just a quick run through of these guys. Can we protectorate you, Uruguay? Not quite. And not close, because the ideological differences. Well, maybe we should stop bankrolling you then. And just accept that you're in the market, but we're not going to necessarily puppet you. Also, you would make a poor protectorate. So let's stop bankrolling here. In Iraq, can we get you to the customs union? We could if we offered you an obligation. We don't want to do that. New Granada. We wanted to protectorate you. A little further off it now. In Bulgaria, I think we can just stop bankrolling. We're kind of content where we're at, which gives us a bunch of extra Diplo to work with. But this episode, we have become the #1 economy in the world. It's kind of the big one, just absolutely cranking up. Highest global GDP. It's kind of the big name of what's been going on. We also protectorated Brazil, where you've been expanding the market. Here, I've got to clear this map mode. The market has gotten quite large. And this is part of the driver of becoming the #1 power. We do want to try and get them in the market next, I think. Wow, America has slavery, but the Confederate States don't. Wild. But we can't puppet them straight up, so we will bankroll and try and make them into our customs union. They are cautious, but we'll just have to do a large volume of trade with them, which having this new Africa right here will help a lot towards. We'll set that up in the interim. But for now, yeah, we became the #1 GDP. We're still not the #1 great power yet, but we probably will be soon. And we are shaping up for a war with Austria. Now, the problem with Austria, they have an alliance with Russia. Austria and Russia is going to be a tough nut to crack, especially when they have trade agreements with Great Britain and France and are very likely to join in to protect their interests. So this is the fight over Egypt is on the horizon to some degree. Oh, we also got the Trugal States. We snaked it from Great Britain, basically, by joining it in a revolution. But now Great Britain is just cautious towards us. It's okay. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and have a good one.